Boom shakalaka, when this plays out, it is going to shock the market. Plus, despite extremely depressed sentiment, why right now is still generational buying opportunity. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video we are taking a look at a bunch of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including why the market is so depressed, the one thing that will shock the market when it happens, and why now is still a great opportunity to get involved. Before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Push that like button. Today, Fear 26 down a few points from yesterday at 29. Now the overall market just sideways. Bitcoin at 16,818, Ethereum at 1210, BNB at 247, XRP 34 cents, Dogecoin 7 cents, Cardano 25 cents, and Polygon 79 cents. And if we take a look at Bitcoin price, playing out inside of this bigger wedge, as the price is starting to come back up, we're going to hit this 20-day moving average right now at about $17,100, which would be the first level of resistance for Bitcoin. And right above there, we have the yellow line, the 50-day moving average, which is about 17,350. So we have two levels of support before this pink line, which is the previous lows from June, which could be yet another level of resistance. So will Bitcoin break through there? Don't exactly know, but that's something worth keeping an eye on. Now, across the greater markets, another one for the history books, consumer sentiment is extremely depressed. In case you haven't picked up on it, I felt it just a little bit. Now, this consumer confidence indicator is now below 60 for 8 consecutive months. That's twice its previous record. As we can see, this goes all the way back to 1960. So that's like, what, 60 years of evidence? We can see right now 8 months below 60. We had a short time back in 2008. We had 4 months back in 1980, which was the longest up until now. And in 1975, we had it as well. So right now, consumer confidence is low. And you know what's not low? The put to call ratio, the number of people buying puts to the number of people buying calls. This is a short squeeze setup that could be in the works for the market. A big move up and it's game over for all these puts. Basically everyone shorting right now, they get liquidated, have to cover their positions, which could push the price up dramatically higher if it happens. Now that's a big if at this moment, considering how pessimistic people are. But the ground is being set for what could be a massive upward move. Right now with Bitcoin, true capitulation events are rare. You can see these yellow lines here. These were capitulation events for Bitcoin. Now very interesting to note, there's only 7 of them noted here in the history of Bitcoin, and 3 of them have already happened in the past year. So we've had a pretty shitty year for Bitcoin, to say the least. However, if we compare where we are right now with previous cycles, we can see in 2015, Bitcoin was still below the realized price for quite a bit longer. As a matter of fact, roughly to about 300 days. Right now we're at 188 days. So we might have another 120 days, maybe 4 months before we see something good playing out, which could mean April, May, maybe next summer. So that being said, Bitcoin right now has a couple interesting patterns playing out. We can see, comparing Bitcoin price with Bitcoin dominance, the expanding channel versus Bitcoin dominance parallel channel. Bitcoin is repeating the same pattern correspondence to Bitcoin dominance. So when we have a parallel here in Bitcoin dominance and an expanding Bitcoin price, once we break above there, nice rally for Bitcoin. Now we've had a parallel channel in Bitcoin dominance, we have expanding in Bitcoin price. Once we break through there, could be a very nice rally for Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at another descending, broadening wedge. This one is a bit more narrow up top, but we can see this one here. We've already broken out above there. What a beautiful descending, broadening wedge on Bitcoin. The final target of this descending, broadening wedge would be the old highs, $18,300. According to this, we've already broken out, going to find support somewhere around $16,000 before blasting off. Now, another chart, very interesting for Bitcoin, the hodler's balance. This can kind of correlate to the peaks and the troughs for Bitcoin price. The hodler's balance once more rapidly increasing like in 2015 and 2019. Sideways retest the lows, all possible short term, but Bitcoin supply will once more be scarce and lead to a price jump. Now we can see We had lows in terms of hodler balance right around the peak. We had lows of hodler balance around the peak. We had lows of hodler balance around the peak when everybody's selling to get their Lambos and cars and everything else. But we have highs in hodler balance towards basically the trend reversal near the bottom. We are once again in that high territory. Now it could continue to go down lower, the price could, and we could have higher highs in the hodler balance, but we are in the neighborhood that is worth paying attention to. Right now, according to this, we are in the Bitcoin buy zone. The upper candle wick in previous Bitcoin cycle tops would give signal to buy zone when MOM indicator, which is down here on the bottom, falls into a low position. This happened in 2015, which gave huge profits in this strategy. So if we take a look at 2015, we have the buy zone. So the level of the upper wick in the previous top, you can see the upper wick right here. This is the level, this whole pink bar, and when the MOM indicator is down in a trough. Had you have bought there, you would have done pretty darn good. Now, if we take a look, previous high, we have the level of the wick, this pink bar, Bitcoin price down in there, and we have the MOM in the trough. Potentially, if you want to believe that this will do it again, this could be an amazing buy zone indicator, because no matter how you take a look at it, right now is the generational buying opportunity. Yes, people are pessimistic. Sentiment is extremely depressed. Bitcoin is dead, cryptocurrency is dead, it's never coming back, and everything. But those are the exact same narratives we saw down here in 2019, and I wasn't here in 2015 and 2012, but I'm pretty sure it was the same thing we saw right there. So, that being said, that's all for today's episode. If you did enjoy, push that like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.